We really doing this. What's going on? My name is Enoch. This is Divine Motivation Podcast. I'm going to be here to, motivate, inspire, and take this journey with me. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Anybody that's tuning in, appreciate you being here. My name is Enoch. Give you a little background. So I'm doing this podcast out of pure, I feel like not a burden, but a void that I really needed to get back to. So a little background. Me and my best friend, we was doing the podcast called the Blood Brothers Podcast. It's still on YouTube. We was doing it for about a year, but with time and everything, I don't live in New York anymore. I'm in North Carolina. He's in New York. So with time and everything, kids working, couldn't really keep up with that one. So, but I felt what we did really was something special because we was giving motivation, but still giving practical things that people could use in life. And when we stopped, it was like, I felt like it was unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? So for me, at least, and I felt like it was like every week when I would go in and do the podcast, I really felt like accomplished. I felt fed in a sense. So this is something that I just want to do on my own. I'm going to just keep doing that. I had an Instagram already that I was doing way before we even had the podcast. So I was just doing motivational videos, giving some encouragement. If you want to check the Instagram, it's called Divine Motivation, Divine_motivation. And I'm going to just keep this thing going. I don't know exactly how this is going to go. It's going to be a little different doing it by myself. I'm used to like looking at the screen at my boy, so now I'm looking at the camera. It's a little different. It's gonna be a transition. Just rock with your boy. We're gonna get it right. So I kind of wanted to, because my videos on Instagram were about a minute. So with these episodes, I want to kind of just give like a deeper dive into the topics I did on my Instagram. So the first ever video I had did, just to start off, it was talking about just dealing with stress and life. And one thing that we forget a lot of the times and that we take for granted is that through all the stress, through all the problems we're going through, we forget to just take the time and really, really think about something. Really just stop and just take a pulse and realize, like, I'm still breathing. No matter what I'm going through, I'm still here. So if I'm here, it's for a reason. Whatever I'm going through is for a reason. Either I caused it or it's happening. But a lot of times we get so caught up in the stress of life that we don't appreciate life itself. So I really want to encourage people that I get it. Life gets tough. Sometimes things are going great, and then out of nowhere, something happens, just ruin everything. I get that part of it. But really think about the times where you were stressed out and you gotten over it, and you don't even, all the stress that you did, you realize that wasn't worth anything because I end up getting over it. I wasted a lot of time talking like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Instead of just taking a second, just sitting back like, all right, let me look at this situation. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, a lot is going on. But if you just really sit there and think like, yo, I'm breathing. Like, I'm really breathing. I think we really take that for granted. I'm breathing. There are a lot of people that would love to go through the stress that you're going through right now. So if you really just take it with a grain of salt, like every little thing that you're going through is for a purpose. Where you are today is because of what you went through in your past. So if you can just muster up that faith and that drive and knowing like I'm going through this because I'm built for it. That's how I handle so-called stress. Because I honestly, I really try not to stress. I try not to let things get the best of me because one thing you don't get back is time. So if I sit there and waste a lot of time stressing on something and not actually putting in the work to try to fix it or keep going, that's how people get stuck. Sometimes you look at people and be like, yo, how did they end up in that situation? How did they get there? A lot of times it starts with those little moments where it's like either they're gonna let the stress take the best of them, or they find a way to overcome it. And a lot of times, I would say 99% of the time, I would even say 100. People that overcome stress become stronger. Nothing, you can't grow without being able to get over some things. And that's one thing that I'm learning, that everything that comes, like even right now, there's a lot of things going on in my life that I could be stressed out about. I could easily be stressed out about. But I realize when I look at the patterns of my life, anytime there was something that you could say is a hurdle or something that could be a stumbling block, every time I made it past it, it was like, okay, I see why that was there. We don't, it's hard, it's easy to say it when you're out of it. When you're in it, that's when you really need that mindset. Like, you got to really stop. You got to stop yourself because stress can kill you. I don't really know the deep research, but I know a little bit that stress can actually raise your blood pressure. You gain weight. You're not thinking properly. And when you have those things, it's very hard to function. And what you do is when you allow stress in, you open up a door for other things. Because now you're getting irritated for every little thing. First, it was this situation. Now you're looking at this other situation that's making it worse. So if you just take things at face value and really just look at it like, yo, I'm still breathing. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it through. Stress, like I know we're in a time of where depression is big right now. And that's kind of been really, I would say that's the biggest thing right now than in the past is anxiety, stress. And if we could just take time and just sometimes we need to sit down and just be quiet. Stop talking about it. You already know it's there. Stop talking about it unless you're not coming up with a plan. If you're not coming up with a plan, stop talking about it because all you're doing is adding on to the stress, saying it over and over. Man, I got this. Man, I got to do this. How about you say, have a different attitude? Like, all right, this happened. All right, bet. What am I gonna do about it? Okay, okay. So this happened. Let me put something in place because I'm not about to sit here and waste time, and the stress is still here and I'm not doing nothing about it. All I'm doing is talking about it. And be careful about your friends. I know that that's a thing lately. Be careful who you are around because some people will aid that. Get around people that will say, yo, you stressing, bro. What is the issue? What are you doing about it? What are you going to do about it? Be that for somebody else if you don't have that. Be that for someone if that's what you want. If you don't have a friend like that, that can tell you like, yo, you're bugging right now. You complaining, fix the problem. We need that. Everybody needs people like that in their lives. And if you don't, a good thing to do is just be that. Be that for somebody. If you know that when you deal with stress, you don't have nobody. When you see somebody dealing with it, talk to them like, hey, how you doing? You all right? I see you stressing a little bit. and then that will come to you. So, that was just episode 1. I just wanted to give you a little encouragement about stress and things like that in life. Um, I'm not exactly sure how we gonna structure this, but we just gonna go with the flow. Just ride with me. We gonna grow together. I'm gonna give some experiences. I'm gonna give some background in my life. I'm gonna encourage because there's something inside me that just wants to motivate, that wants to give. You know how like sometimes you have that thing where it's like I can do it like for no reason. And this is me 24/7. I just have this type of energy. I just want to help people, and I want to help people get over things that I've been able to find ways to maneuver through in a healthy way, So rock with your boy. My name is Enoch. And this is Divine Motivation Podcast. I'll see you next week.